Giants again so close together, but knowing it's a one and done season.
Well, it's a little easier just because you went up against them before. Kind of got film on them. Know kind of how they're gonna play. Um, so that's the good part. We just know that we're gonna get their all this time, and I mean we should give our all this time also. Just being a close game last time. But I mean, we have some good schemes up. We have a good game plan, so we're confident in going in and getting a win.
How do you feel they played you the last game, and how are you anticipating they might do things differently possibly?
I mean, the last time they played me, they pretty much been playing me just similar to what everybody else been playing me. I feel like everybody just been playing me similar, playing like two man or having a safety over top. It's just our job to put design ways to get me away from those type of coverages, putting me in motion different times, lining me up in different places. So I know KO has a great plan for me to not just get double teamed the whole game.
You played in national championship games, but this is your first NFL playoff game. Does this week feel any different to you?
Not really. I mean, just being at LSU, just knowing the competition that's coming during the week, playing the teams like Alabama, Florida, the SEC schools, you kind of get used to this type of environment. Just going into the playoffs, being one and done. So, I mean, I just like I said the whole season, I live for this type of games. I love the big moments. I just know that this team is going to be ready to play.
Justin, it's your first time in a playoffs personally, but for this group, you never know how long it's together. Things change every year. Do you feel that urgency for this particular team this season?
I just feel like this whole team is just our team chemistry has grown, especially this year. I feel like all of us is on that same page. Everybody want that one goal is to win the Super Bowl. All of the adversity we've been through this year, all of the close games that we've been through this year. It goes to show you that we have a team. We have a team that's wanting to win. So we just got to put those things together for these last couple of games, and we all got to have that same goal, throughout the whole way.
You talk about loving the big stage, though. Imagine there's got to be some extra oomph. I mean, first playoff appearance you've been watching on TV the last couple of years, and now here you are.
Yeah, it's really not that much to me. I feel like I'll feel it once I get to the Super Bowl. I feel like that's when I'll realize everything that's going on. But at this moment, I'm just trying to get there. At this moment, it's just people standing in the way of that goal, and I'm just trying to get there any way possible.
So Super Bowl or bust.
Correct.
Justin, how does their defense change with McKinney at safety?
I mean, it doesn't really change. He's definitely a great player. I remember playing him when he was at Alabama. But, I mean, everybody, just like I said, been having a similar style of scheme by playing us. But just like I said, we have confidence in our schemes, our game plan to go in there and just put up points and execute our plays, whatever coverage that they cover us.
Do you feel like you need to have success in the playoffs as a team to validate your talents this season?
I mean, I feel like people are going to make it that way just by us being in so many close games. Just when we lose, we lose by a big margin. So, I mean, it is what it is. We know what we have in this building. The only people that know is in this building, and not really everybody else is going to affect that. We just got to be together as a team and play as a team.
Do you feel like you're not getting the respect nationally that maybe a team with a 13-4 record warrants?
It doesn't really matter at this point. At this point, we're in the playoffs. It doesn't really matter what other people think. If we need to be in the playoffs, if we need to be in the Super Bowl or whatever what people say, we just got to play one game at a time. Everybody is 0-0. Everybody has the same record. The stats doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's all about winning the game and reaching that big stage.
Justin, the experience you guys have had in these tight games and then also staying loose. It's kind of hard to be in one and remain different, like that. How important is that going into the playoffs, too, to stay loose and use that experience?
Yeah. I mean, I'm learning as I go on. Just like I said, this is my first time in the playoffs. But I know what it takes to win. They're gonna get everything out of me. I'm gonna leave it all on the field, every single play. But I mean, just like I say, everybody gotta want it. Everybody gotta want to win. Everybody gotta go out there with the same attitude. And I know that I'm going to bring all that I have out there on that field and do whatever it takes for us to get the win.
Do you feel that maybe you personally trying to make it kind of loose for some of the guys, or is there one guy on offense that kind of is tabbed with that?
I mean, Coach kind of made me, a leader this year, trying to put me in that type of role. So it kind of is my job to get everybody else loose, to be that leader on the team, to be, the person that gets everybody going, have the juices flowing, have the energy up. And it's win or go home. So it's either you want it now or, saying this is we doing this for no reason.
Justin, you've known Patrick Peterson for a long time. It's his first time in the playoffs in a while. I guess, how would you just describe sort of what having his experience and personality kind of means to this team?
It means a lot. It means a lot. And, I mean, he shared the amount of years he's been in the league, and he only been in the playoffs like 3 times. So it goes to show you that, this doesn't happen very often. Winning 13 games doesn't happen very often. So we got to take advantage of this moment, have everybody on the same page, like I've been saying. And Pat P has been a great pickup for us by doing the things that he's been doing on that defensive side, being the leader that he is on that defensive side. And I mean, having a vet like that, it's a lot easier, just having him on that side, knowing that he's going to do whatever he needs to do to cover whoever he's covering.
JJ, all pro teams come out tomorrow, the official one. What would that mean to be potentially first team all pro?
Oh, yeah, it'll mean a lot just to be, recognized as one of the top in the league. The first 2 years I got second team, so it'll definitely mean something to me to get first this time.
Thanks, Justin.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks a lot. Got here, you talked about coming back because you believe the team could be this way. I guess how rewarding is it to see a home playoff game for you and just have this opportunity ahead?
Well, it's very rewarding to see all the hard work pay off. Just especially with the talent, the leadership that we had in this locker room, the team before, the year before, just knew it was very promising, and there was no doubt in my mind that we would be in this position right here if we had the right guy, leading this group. And we're family. Kwesi did a great job of picking the right guy in KO. Made us better in every facet of the game, situational, better special teams, offense, pretty much unstoppable up until, as of right now. It's just, just very, very happy, not only for myself, but for the guys. We got a lot of young guys who never taste, this type of success, so just want those guys to continue to relish this moment, give us everything you got, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
Hey Pat, I guess building off of that, Coach Dontel said that there's a lot of benefit to kind of having that blend of older guys who have been to the playoffs and have that experience, and then some of the younger guys who this will be their first time. What has that been like for you guys as playoff veterans, maybe to sort of share advice or encouragement for them?
Just having the guys understand the margin of error is just very small now. For the most part, it's another game. Mm-hmm. We played in, if you look at our season, we played in every game we played this year was a playoff game. We had to find ways to win on the road. We had to come up with big stops, had to make field goals. So if you look at it in totality, we played in 17 playoff games. So this is just another game, but we have to understand versus those 17 games versus this game, there's no tomorrow. So that's where the margin of error, having the guys understand that is very, very, it's much smaller than what it was in the regular season.
Your first trip to the playoffs in a while. Justin said that you may be sharing that you've been in the league for a while. It doesn't happen all that often. So how does that kind of impact the urgency that you feel to seize this moment with this team?
Yeah, and we talked about it. I can't remember what meeting that was, but Coach gave the leaders an opportunity to address the team before game. But that was my main message. Just relish the moment, man. Just, at that time, I think we had like 2 months left in football in the season. I was like, man, just think about it. Just give us everything you have for these 2 months. We'll restack it up again. Give us everything you have again for another month and a half, or however long the postseason may last. You may be happy with the result, but you don't want to be in a position like this and have regrets after. So that's why I tell the guys, relish these moments, enjoy it, and don't leave a stone unturned.
What did you learn from covering them last time and the fact that it was kind of recent?
Yeah, very, very tough, gritty team. Physical on both lines of scrimmage for those guys up front. Those guys want to establish the run, try to get Saquon Barkley involved as much as possible. It's kind of the bell cow for their offense. Defense, we know we're going to see all type of exotic pressures, from them on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be another tough game. And I just believe that, that we're more than ready, for the position that we put ourselves in. I'm excited for the guys. The energy around here has not changed. Guys are not uptight. Guys are just ready to go out there and let it rip.
Pat Pete, what's kind of JJ been like this week? He seemed to be, when we just spoke to him, maybe more low-key than we thought entering his first playoff game, and then talking about, the Super Bowl is his ultimate goal. What's he kind of been like from what you've observed, how he's approaching his first playoff game?
Pretty much the same as he was week one. And that's the biggest thing. We don't want to make this game bigger than what it is. It's another football game, just in a bigger moment. So having guys understand the biggest thing about this game is just the margin of error is just very small, and we have to start fast. We can't find ourselves in a hole and trying to dig ourselves back out, because it may not happen. And like I said, it may not be no tomorrow. It may not, let's clean that up the next day. So I think we have a great mixture of older guys, veteran guys who's been in that moment, that's able to continue to share stories and things that's going to be able to help guys throughout this week and also throughout this run as well.
Coach O'Connell went through with the Rams, won the Super Bowl last year. Has he been preaching to you guys to try to treat it like just another game, or what exactly?
No, Coach, for the most part, is just going about it just like another week. I think guys understand where we are right now. So like I said, we don't want to make this bigger than what it is. Guys understand where we are, the circumstances of this game, how important it is for us to be on the same page at all times. And we had a great Wednesday yesterday of practice, looking to have another great day of practice here today. And guys just looking forward to going out there and executing the game plan.
Given that you guys pretty much ran away with the division, when's the last time you faced a game that felt like a must-win game?
For me, every game is a must-win. Because you prepare to win. So especially later on in the season, I feel like once you cross, November after Thanksgiving, that's when, for the most part, every game is a must-win, because that's now you're starting to prime yourself for the playoffs. So you want to build that mentality of going into games. This is a must-win situation. And once the end of November hit, that was my message to guys. Like, understand, we may have another week, but this is a must-win game because it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. We may be facing different scenarios where guys may be hurt, so we might have to plug in somebody else. So after November, typically after Thanksgiving, for every team, every game is a must-win.
How much, all these close games, 11-0 in close games, how much does that help prepare you for the playoffs, and that you guys have come back when the odds are against you and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it just prepares us, for if we find ourselves in that position, but we don't want to find ourselves in that position, So I just think, winning those 11 games, it's just going to be a tool that we can rely on or fall back on if we find ourselves down or need to play in that game.
Patrick, can you remind us of the back and forth you had with Hodgins, the trash talking in the Christmas Eve game, and how you foresaw?
Yeah,
Is that correct? You foresaw an interception coming?
Yeah, it really wasn't much trash talking per se. It was just a little. We really wasn't bad talking one another. He was just saying that he caught a pass on me, and I was just telling him, just relax. It's a 4-quarter game. If the quarterback continues to try me, I will pick one of his balls off. So that ended up happening, and it's actually started from the receiver on their sideline. He wasn't even dressed. I'm not even going to say his name, but it started with him. So he poked the bear a little bit, and his team had to pay for it.
What did he say after you picked it off?
Oh, I didn't even see him after I picked it off. He got straight to the locker room.
Took a little longer. I was making some coffee, getting people right.
Give Kirk some?
Of course,
approve?
every day.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure he approves. Same one every day.
Special playoff brew?
Yeah, no, same one every day. Well, we kind of changed the recipe, so it's getting better.
More honey, less honey?
No. Just the way that we make it. We changed up something. Yeah, it's a secret though.
I still think it's a martini.
It's not a martini. No alcohol involved.
Adam, do you ever think back to your first playoff game and how you felt, and do you draw on that going into it or tell the young guys about it?
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of have to skip the first one probably from my memory because it was so cold that there's not a whole lot that comes to my mind of that game other than the brutal cold. But no, yeah, definitely there's things you pick up from playing in the playoffs and then kind of bring that to some of these young guys that haven't been in the playoffs and what that atmosphere is like. I mean, those games that we had, or the game that we had in U.S. Bank Stadium, and the atmosphere and the energy and the kind of anticipation that's in that building from the moment you walk in. There's just nothing like it. So there's not really a lot that you can say. It's kind of more just when guys get to the building, they start feeling it. They kind of feel the preparation this week. It's just different when it's playoffs. It's win or go home. You have one opportunity each week to stay alive, and it's a different type of feeling when you get in this building.
Although JJ and Pat Pete were still talking about trying to treat it like a regular game. Is that kind of a theme as well?
Yeah, so the feeling is different, but as far as the process is the exact same, which I think the coaches have done a great job. The players in this locker room have done a great job of not making it bigger than it is. We know it's win or go home. We have that in the back of our head, but again, the process is what's important. And I think where that starts is actually doing that, not just saying it throughout the season, trusting the process, whether we win, lose, a big win or a bad loss, like the same process week in and week out. I think that kind of carries on to the playoffs. So again, the coaching staff, the staff that we have, and then the players have done a great job so far with that.
You tell the young guys, then just allow yourself to enjoy the feeling, but then keep it under wraps. I mean, it's a balance, right?
It is a balance. I think the biggest thing is to attack the process, so that way you can go out there on Sunday and feel good about whatever you put out there is your best. So I think that's kind of the message that I have for these guys is just attack the process, feel good about the way that you prepared, so that you can just go let it out and play free on Sunday, and then kind of let the cards fall. Whatever happens at that point.
Adam, I know the benefit obviously goes both ways, but what is it like to go into a playoff game with a team that you played so recently in the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it happens quite frequently. I think it happens quite a bit in this league. Yeah, I mean, it's a different thing. It's kind of weird. But it happens during the season within your division. Didn't really happen for us this year, but in past years, you play a team week 14 and then week 17. So I think we can kind of take off of that, and then at the end of the day, it's football.